Hey kids, it's Arp. This is the ArpCast, somewhat live from the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains in eastern Tennessee. Today we talk about different things, weird people, and maybe unicorns and rainbows. We read poetry and short stories too. Most of all, we keep it real. This is the ArpCast, starting now. ArpCast 29, number 29, December 20, 2017. This is Arp, T-minus 5 days. That's right. It's all over. After that, get to wait another year. Yeah, it kind of came off negative, didn't it? I'm sorry about that. But really, it's the truth. 5 days, it's all over. We kind of go back to our normal life. Although a lot of people are out next week from work. So, that'll be interesting. Gonna be a ghost town. Jingle bells, jingle bells. We'll have 2 more programs. One on Friday, the Big Friday program, and then the big Christmas program. And we may even have a little surprise over the weekend. So we'll see how it works out. I'm awash in thoughts, always something going on in the brain. Some good, some bad. It's how it goes. The mind is a merry, merry thing. And it goes from one idea and one concept to the next, almost invariably uncontrolled. Cup runneth over with dreams. Yep. A lot of dreams. Some scary, some happy. Some vivid, some not so vivid. The dream state, and usually it happens right before I wake up. And I don't know if that's what happens with you guys, but it makes life interesting in the mornings. Work is a challenge, as it should be. And so, we often think about our work in terms of the days of our life that it occupies. And it fills that space in between the time that we really enjoy, right? Constantly talking about the weekends. And when are we going to get to the weekends? And this was one of those weeks. When are we going to get to the weekend? And I can appreciate that. It's not something that we just arrive here wanting to do, knowing how to do. It's a learned behavior. It's traits after many, many years of training. And we're not like the birds, after a few days or maybe a few hours, we're just kind of pushed out of the nest. 18 years on average that it takes us to reach a level of maturity where we can indeed advance out into the world on our own. So what have we been talking about here for the last 4 minutes or so? The sense of extremes, right? Happy and sad, hot and cold, aggressive, passive, whatever that is. It seems like we go from these crazy extremes. And so what does that mean for us as a culture? What does that mean for us as a community, as a family, and right down to the individual soul? So I was painting a picture today for a colleague as we were talking about how to handle different situations and whatnot. And there's that vision of whether you're looking at the cardiac lines on like a not the cardiac, sorry, but the earthquake, where it draws the lines, the standard stuff on television, and completely eluding me right now as to what that's called. But you have these lines, and they go back and forth, and jumps up and jumps down, and amplitude and amplification, and all this good stuff. But there's that middle line, that middle path that it's around. To me, that's a very intriguing place to be. What do I mean by this? So, as you go through life, as I go through life, we have these peaks and these valleys around the median, around the center. This middle path, and I've often heard this story, so it's not something I've invented, certainly, been talked about for ages. This middle path, I think, is something that is missing for us as human beings. We are so much about extremes, as of late it seems, that we have neglected the middle path. We want everything done right now in the most superlative manner that it can be done with the greatest yield. Period. That's an extreme, folks. And we have devised everything around reaching this state. In our lives, corporate lives, personal lives, church life, whatever. Want to get there quickly, want to get there in the most qualitative manner, and I want it to make the most something. Money, love, happiness, whatever it is. And I'm not sure if I could stand here before you, and I am standing, by the way, here in the world headquarters, studios of the ArpCast, and say that this is not attainable. But I will say this. I think it's a dangerous path, and it leads men and women astray when we try to jam too much in for our own benefit because it's just demanded of us, whether it's by society, whether it's by family, whether it's by school, whether it's from ourselves, in our own souls. Because what happens, and I see it every day, and I guess I live it every day, people feel absolutely dejected that they've not been able to accomplish this or accomplish that. Getting to base camp 1 all the way up to base camp 4 or whatever it is, the Mount Everest of life. It's not difficult to understand and appreciate that we have to make this journey at our own speed. Don't let anyone talk you into going at their speed, doing it their way. There is a manner in which you reach success and happiness. I absolutely fundamentally believe that, and I really do believe it's the middle path. You have to understand, you have to plan, you have to think through what that is. And you cannot, I can't stress this enough, you cannot react in such a manner when you leave the middle path. Fly off the handle, self-pity, whatever it might be. Anyway, that's this program. I love you guys. We'll see you on Friday. Well, kids, you know who this is. It's ARP, damn it. You have been listening to the ArpCast, a sensational, fact-filled experience meant to change the world. I'm happy you stopped by. Our sponsors, those greedy, wily bastards, thank you too. Make sure to write, this has been the ArpCast. I'm out.